Hi, I'm Teve, your POTS bestie, and this is the Dizzy Diaries, where we turn fainting spells into fairy tales and science into stories you'll actually remember. Let's talk about something that's basically the boss battle in the video game of dysautonomia, the stairs. So, are stairs really the unexpected nemesis? Let's be honest, it's just stairs, right? Well, for people with dysautonomia or POTS, stairs can feel like climbing Mount Everest in flip-flops. And the reason why? It's all about the circulatory chaos. Let's look at a little bit of science first, and basically through the physiology breakdown. When you climb stairs, here's what's supposed to happen. Your body shifts blood down to your legs, your muscles contract, helping you push blood back up to your heart, which is called venous return. Your heart and nervous system respond with a boost in heart rate and blood pressure to keep blood going to your brain and the rest of the body. This is why, in a normal exercise response, usually what happens is your blood pressure and heart rate increase to compensate for the stress or the stimulus caused by exercise, which is a very normal response. And as you taper down that exercise or cool down, everything starts to come back to baseline and sometimes even just slightly below. In people with POTS or dysautonomia, this balancing act doesn't quite go to plan. Your blood often pools in your legs due to poor vascular tone. Your heart compensates by racing, hello tachycardia, but still fails to keep enough blood heading upwards, and the result, you feel dizzy, breathless, shaky, and like you just did a marathon after just a couple of steps up the actual stairs. So let's talk about a real life, relatable moment that I experienced in relation to the stairs. A couple of years ago, when I was having a flare in my dysautonomia, I was at Windsor Station, which is just outside of London, and going basically the whole day, seeing a couple of physiotherapists, networking, and walking quite a lot throughout the day, possibly pushing myself to my limits. When returning to the station to catch my train, I was rushing because of the train time that I had booked, and there was a flight of stairs that I had to go up to in order to get to the platform for the train. In some circumstances, these stairs wouldn't have been a problem, but seeing that I had been so busy throughout the day and possibly exhausted my batteries or my reserves, the stairs really took a toll on me. And by the time I got to the top, I felt absolutely exhausted, my heart was racing, and I felt very lightheaded. I started to experience palpitations and had to sit down. I sat down for a couple of minutes next to the platform, sort of on the floor, watching all the people racing past and just waiting for this episode to pass. After waiting for a couple of minutes, I got really scared and thought, okay, what happens next? So I went to the ticket office where there was a really kind man there, and I said to him, I'm not feeling very well, can you please help me? Now, not knowing what was going to happen, I thought, well, are they going to call an ambulance? What's going to happen now? I didn't really know the protocol for these kind of things in a new country. And he basically said to me, well, come into the back of the ticket office, have a seat. He brought me some cold water, which really helped, and said, sit here as long as you need to, and if you need anything, give me a shout. Otherwise, you can head off when you're ready. He was really kind, kept on checking in on me, and luckily I was able to phone my husband and say, I'm not sure how I'm going to make it home. I was obviously very worried, and asked him to come and meet me. About half an hour, 40 minutes later, he ended up coming, and just having that peace of mind of having someone there was really helpful, and we managed to get home, and I sort of did the post-recovery steps in terms of feeling better, putting my legs up at home, having enough water, and just waiting for the episode to pass and just giving my body a bit of a break. Sometimes when we have these experiences after going up a flight of stairs, they can be pretty transient and last a couple of minutes. They can offset you for the rest of the day, and some people the rest of the week. So it's really important to understand the physiology behind it, what you can actually control, and a couple of steps that can help you to improve your response to things like stairs or a sudden increase in exercise, and then take these tools and implement them when and where you can. Needless to say, in this scenario, I missed my train and had to buy another train ticket, but it's just a reminder in life that sometimes we have to pace ourselves, and we really have to realize that our bodies are not machines, and we can do our best, but we also have to be kind to ourselves and learn to pace a little bit better on harder days and push ourselves a little bit more on the days that feel good. So now we understand the physiology. We have a real life example. Now, how do we practically understand this? Imagine you're running on a low battery and someone asks you to live stream a concert, charge a laptop, or call your mum all at once. That's your body on stairs. You don't have the fundamentals in place or the energy reserves that you need, and you're asking your body to do something above and beyond that. The act of climbing upstairs increases your body's demand for oxygen. It requires muscle activation in your legs, which are already hoarding most of your blood supply. And there are some changes in your vertical position quite quickly, which stresses an already overly sensitive autonomic nervous system. So understanding these things and these additional stresses that are being placed, we can understand that the body doesn't feel prepared for it. And when it's done abruptly, which, let's be honest, happens when you just have to climb up a flight of stairs, it can put an additional stress that we can't always avoid. So how do we actually train stair tolerance gently and improve this over time? You can get better at taking the stairs, and I've had a lot of benefit training myself and with a couple of clients, but again, we can have good days and bad days. In preparation for taking the stairs and trying to pace yourself, here's a couple of gentle tips. Let's look at improving your lower body strength, whether that's lying down in a couple of glute bridges, doing wall squats, or calf raises, which help to improve blood return if you have a little bit more muscle mass there and it's a little bit more responsive and works a bit better. Using compression gear like socks or leggings can help support circulation. So if you know that you're having a particularly strenuous day or something that's going to require a lot of activity, these might be some of your best friends on these days. Taking breaks on landings. So take the stairs a couple of flights at a time if you're going up a large flight of stairs. I often do this. I have clients that live on the 6th floor, and when I'm going to them and I have to take the stairs, I often do a couple of deep breaths before, pump my legs, so doing calf pumps just to warm them up, and then I take them a couple at a time. So I'll do 2 flights, rest, let my heart rate recover just so that I'm not spiking it through the roof, and then do the next 2 and then the last 2. Also, so that I'm not out of breath when I'm greeting them, but it just helps me to pace it a little bit better. If you stop halfway, if you stop after a couple of steps, either way, take it as a win. Another way to do it is actually train the stairs. So 1 step up, 1 step down, repeat this 5 times. Practice going up and down stairs if you have them nearby or at the gym, and then work on going to 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, and slowly build up. You want to do this gradually, but it helps to place that stress on your nervous system over time and allow good recovery in between. It just makes you more prepared when you're going into a situation that you can't avoid the stairs. Hydrate and salt before you climb. This is obviously if advised by the doctor to take electrolytes, any salt supplements, things like that, but staying hydrated is always a good tip throughout the day anyway. Another way to do it, and let's be honest, we should all normalize planning your route based on the stair count. It's not lazy, it's strategy, and if you know a place has particularly more stairs, if you can avoid it, take another route. If you can't avoid it, just take these steps to prepare for it. Remember, just because stairs are hard for you now, doesn't mean they always will be. Progress in POTS is rarely linear. It's up and down, forward, back. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward and 1 feint backward. Just keep going. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Dizzy Diaries. If stairs are currently your nemesis too, just know you're not alone and you're not weak. You're climbing more than stairs every day and you're doing great. Don't forget to hit follow and share this episode with someone who's been owned by a staircase lately. And as always, stay sparkly.